To learn more about who we are, what we do, and how we do it, call toll free 1-866-928-3310 and we'll send you out a no obligation information kit absolutely free. 866-928-3310. The CFRN Emini Futures Cast is now on Stitcher. Listen to us on your iPhone, Android phones, BlackBerry, and WebOS phone. Stitcher is smart radio for your phone. Find it in your app store or at Stitcher.com. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio.
Are you ready, Steve? Andy? Yeah! Bert? Well, all right, fellas. Let's go!
You're listening to CFRN, the Christian Financial Radio Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/CFRN. Over 85,000 titles. Choose from mystery, romance, religion, science, technology, business, New York Times bestsellers, even children's books. You name it, Audible has it. With 85,000 titles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect audiobook for yourself or to give as a gift, and it's absolutely free. Just point your browser to audibletrial.com/CFRN. That's audibletrial.com/CFRN. And become a part of the audiobook revolution by downloading your free audiobook today. audibletrial.com/CFRN.
Hey, trader, want to get rich quick? Well, good luck with that. If, on the other hand, you actually want to learn how to trade, the place to be is www.cfrn.net. Tune in Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern for our daily devotional, and then spend the next 3 hours learning how it's done from professional traders who actually trade for a living. That's www.cfrn.net. Every trading day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the CFRN Emini Futures Cast. This is the daily broadcast of Indeterminate Length, where we discuss all things Emini, along with some really big ideas on the finer points of trading gold, bonds, crude, sugar, the euro, and even T-bills. Joining us today from our studios in Boston, Mr. Michael Bork. From our trading desk in Chicago, Mr. Burton Schlichter. Now, to get things started, let's go to our host and founder in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Here's Dwayne.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Today is Monday, the 27th day of July, 2020. Thanks so much for joining us, whoever you are. Wherever you are, we're just glad to have you right here, right now. If you can't see the screen I have up, just go to our homepage at CFRN.net. On the right-hand side, click the big microphone, follow the instructions. You'll be registered in about 30 seconds, and that'll give you one-click access to the show each and every day. On the days you're out of the office, away from the desktop, point any internet-connected browser to CFRN.net/live. There you'll find a live, real-time simulcast of the show as it unfolds. You won't have a chat box there, so your best bet is to join from the link on the home page. During the broadcast, we do stream live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Let's open with a word of prayer. Father, we thank you for all of your blessings. We thank you for this great country that we live in, the United States of America. We've let things slide for so long that the mountainous task before us seems insurmountable. Yet, We know, as Philippians 4:13 tells us, that we can do all things through Christ. Father, we ask that you would strengthen us. We pray that you'll give us courage, energy, and abundant resources to put things right according to your will. Help us return America to the principles and the values of our founders. Show us how to pare away the many parts of our federal government that even now violate our Constitution, which clearly defines strong, sovereign states delegating a very small portion of power. In this prayer, Father, we request that your will, your divine will, reveal the steps that we need to take America back to where it should be. One nation under God. For everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be demanded. We stand ready to beat that call. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, happy Monday. Here it is. Monday. Hope you're having a good Monday, wherever you are. Last week, week 103, we had a total of 121 alerts. 15 of those never triggered, and 3 carried over into the new week. That gave us a total of 103 actionable alerts. 12 were stopped out. That's 12% of the actionable alerts were stopped out based on not risking more than $300 per contract per trade, less when possible. And that's not a typical number. What we've averaged over the last 103 weeks is 12%. 20%, not 12. 12 is not the typical number, 20 is. Now, today, as of 11:50 a.m. Eastern, we started last night, 6 p.m. Eastern, as we do every Sunday night when the market's open. We've issued 31 alerts, 25 actionable, 4 stopped out, 16%. So that is 21 opportunities to get your points for the day since the market opened last night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Last week, you had 91 individual unique opportunities to get your points. So I hope you found them. Let's take a look at the numbers from around the world. These are the cash markets, the indices. We'll jump over to Michael and get a recap here in just a second of what happened in the live training room this morning. Starting here in the U.S., the Dow up 89 points, NASDAQ up 84, S&P 500 up 13, and the Russell 2000 up 1.5. Closest thing to a mover and a shaker there would be the NASDAQ up almost 1%. In the commodity basket, crude oil down 64 cents, trading 40.65 last. That's a drop of 1.5%. Gold, are you ready for this? Up $35.40, trading 1932.90 last. These are all-time historic highs, guys. That's gold up almost 2% on the session. Silver up $1.51, trading 24.37 last. That's a gain of about 6.5%. We've been talking for weeks here about the potential for silver to outpace gold, potentially even doubling ahead of gold. So you got to embrace the possibility. We're off to a good start. In the Asian markets at the close, Nikkei down 35, Shanghai up 8.5, Hang Seng down 102. And in the European markets at the close, FTSE down 18, DAX basically unchanged, and the CAC down 16. So that gives us a mixed day in Asia, mixed day in the UK. It's a big green, that's not that big, but it is a green Radio Monday here in the US of A. Michael, if you're ready, you can take it away.
Okay.
When I come back, we'll cover all of those Logic 247 alerts from last night, all of the Concierge Trade Alerts, and we will take a close look at this historic move in gold and silver. Okay, you're locked and loaded. It's all yours.
Here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Monday, the 27th day of July, 2020. Today, well, first, if you have not taken a free trial with us, go to the homepage at CFRN.net. And right here it says free 5-day trial, no credit card required. Click on that and be brought to this page, EminiTrainingschool.com. You can go directly to this page if you want to. But all we ask for on this page, we give you a little information, and all we ask for is your name, email, phone number. You can tell us the biggest trading channel so we can tailor one-on-one training just for you. Hit the send button and you will be sent a confirmation link. You must click on that confirmation link. Okay, we don't know that you took the trial until you click that link. Now, this one over here. Okay. If you're going to read the spreadsheet, you got to read all the CFTC risk disclosures down at the bottom. Today, as I said, is the 27th day of July, 2020. Today we made 11 ticks in the euro, 26 ticks in gold, and 6 ticks on the ES. That put us at 403.75 on the morning session. And today it took 26 minutes and 3 trades to get to the goal for the day. At that point, we're up $100 a contract, and we took a total of 10 trades. So on the month now, we're at 7,153. That's over 18 trading days, averaging $397 per contract per 2-hour trading day. And I missed most of the trades, as you'll see. On the year, we're at 50,718. That's over 136 trading days, averaging $372 per contract per 2-hour trading day. And once again, it should be much better than that because I missed most of the trades. But let's get into it. And now I'm going to point out some of the YBR trades here, those that work and those that didn't. But let's get into the trades we actually did do to begin with. Okay. So you see right here at the open, I missed a trade there, missed a trade there, missed a trade there. This would have been a break even. This would have been profit. I missed one there too. This would have been profit. And then we finally did take a trade here, and we ended up with a break even on that one. Now, YBR long right here. That worked out just fine. And we missed that trade right there. Over here is where we got our goal for the day. We picked up 10 ticks on that one. The one after, we picked up 5 more ticks. Now, if you look at the YBR trades, it was none right in there. There was a YBR trade right here that would have been a break even. A YBR trade here that would have been a break even. We missed a trade there and a trade there. This one would have been profitable. This one probably would have been a break even. Then we did actually get a break even right here. And we picked up 2 more ticks here to put us at plus 21. Picked up 4 there to put us, picked up 2 more to put us at plus 17. 4 here to put us at plus 21. Now I highlighted this area because if I do a YBR meeting tomorrow afternoon, and my tomorrow is filling up too. But I highlighted this because right here you see I've red on the YBR with the down close. And down here, you have a nice separation between the green line and the cycle is red and going down. That is a highly probable, high probability trade setup. Then over here we picked up 5 more ticks to put us at plus 26, and then 1 more break even. Let's see during the break. Not really a lot going on during the break. It was a YBR short right here. And that was pretty much it for the morning session on gold. Okay. But there was a ton of opportunity on gold. Now, This is the euro. On the euro, our first trade was right here. We picked up 1 tick. Our second one was over here. We picked up 10 ticks. And then you get into the break. And during the break, there was a shorting opportunity right there that would have been a break even, followed up by a shorting opportunity here that would have been profitable. Another one here that would have been profitable. And then it got choppy. Crude oil. Crude was not very giving today. Look at how messy it is. Look at this. If you have a huge move like this, it's often followed by consolidation, and that is exactly what we got today. So you've got a huge move in the pre-market. There were trade setups in the pre-market, then consolidation, then another huge move, then more consolidation, and now it's trying to recover some of that. During the break, there was 1 long trade right here. Okay. The ES was a mess today. Okay, let me back it out. See, in the beginning, we had a big move right here, following all this consolidation inside the weekly trading zone. We had a big move, then more consolidation, then a couple of small moves up, but the slingshot wasn't letting us get in anything until way up here. So there was 1 shot there, and even this one is not really a valid trade. I'm just going to remove that. Oops, not that. I keep clicking the wrong thing. There. There. We finally put in a little bit of a higher swing here. And so we took a bounce off the BBC when we had good separation, and the cycle was blue and going up. See, there was a YBR short right here, and a YBR long right here, a YBR short right there. And this is all during the break now. There was a YBR long right there. And that was pretty much it. So we ended up with +6 on crude. Okay. That was our morning session. Now I wanted to show you something. This morning, in the pre-market stuff that Dwayne was doing. This candle right here. You see this big blue candle? When I came on at 9:30 this morning, it was red and all the way down here at the bottom. And look at it now. That is a huge recovery. It was all the way down here at 32.07.5, and it ended at 32.27. So it's just about a 20-point candle in a half an hour. And I'm sure Dwayne will go over all that in much more detail. But that was our morning session. So again, if you're going to read the spreadsheet, you got to read all the CFTC risk disclosures down at the bottom. Today is the 27th day of July, 2020. We picked up 11 ticks in the euro, 26 ticks in gold, and 6 ticks on the ES. Put us at plus 403.75 on the morning session. Today it took 26 minutes and 3 trades to get to $100 a contract, and we took a total of 10 trades. So on the month now, we're at $7,153. That's over 18 days, averaging $397 per contract per 2-hour day. And on the year, we're at $50,718. That's over 136 trading days, averaging $372 per contract per 2-hour trading day. Okay, if you have not taken a free trial with us and you want to, go to the homepage at CFRN.net. Right down here, it says free 5-day trial, no credit card required. And click on that, and you'll be brought to this page, EminiTradingSchool.com. On this page, all that we ask for is your name, your email, your phone number. You can tell us the biggest trading channel so we can tailor one-on-one training just for you. Hit the send button, and you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click on the confirmation link. Okay, if you don't click the confirmation link, we don't know that you took the free trial. So make sure you click on that. All right. All right. And with that, we can pass it back out to fabulous Phoenix, Arizona. Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park.
Alrighty.
Ready.
Recap of the recap.
Today it took 26 minutes and 3 trades to get to $100 per contract.
Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Okie doke. Anybody, if you missed it a minute ago, here's where we stand for last week. This is the entire week. Week 103. We had a total of 121 alerts, of which 103 were actionable. So that's 12% stopped out. We averaged 20% being stopped out. So if you take the total actionable minus the ones that were stopped out, that was 91 opportunities over the course of the entire week to get your points. And so far this week, week 104, we start Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, when the Globex markets open. The alert channel is open from Sunday night at 6 p.m. until Friday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern, around the clock, all week long. And so the week's off to a pretty fair start. 31 alerts, 25 actionable, 4 stopped out, so that's 16% of actionable. And so far, this week, 21 opportunities since last night at 6 p.m. Eastern, 21 individual unique opportunities across a variety of markets to get your points. Now, I'll drag up the Concierge Trade Alerts from last night. If you would like to grab a screenshot of those, you can do that right now. I got them out last night, 6:15. I try to get them out as early as possible after the Globex Open. So we were ready to go last night. So that's the big list, and then here's a couple that don't fit on the screen down here. Okay, got them? Got them. All right, we'll go to a daily chart of the S&P. This is the peso running off the chart. Okay, we had a swing high on Friday of 32.39. Our high today so far, 32.29 and a quarter. Friday's low, 31.91 and a half. Today's low, today starting at 6 p.m. Eastern last night, 31.92. So 2 ticks. This is an inside day. We haven't taken out Friday's low. We came close last night. We came within 2 ticks. We bounced off of a weekly trading zone. And we're not taking it out at the upside. Now, the big picture dynamic here is we've got the swing high at 32.84.50. The number we waited on for a long time, 32.72. Let's see, this is the Monday candle. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, it was Tuesday that we first got into this area that we've been waiting on for months. We couldn't get through the area, so we tried again on Wednesday. Then we made a really good try on Thursday. That's where we put in the high at 32.84.50. Buyers couldn't hold it up, so we got back below blue and climbing, back below the step line. That brought us into Thursday, or into Friday, and now here's today, inside day. Where do we go from here? Well, the 2 obvious places. On the upside, we need to take out the Friday high, and then we've got to get above the step line. We've got to get above blue and climbing. Both of those can act as potential resistance. And remember this, we had an all-time historic high. The price couldn't go any higher. It retraced to the BBC. found good support, put in another all-time historic high. So that created this area of support, which we waited for months to see if it would become good resistance, and it did. That resistance sent us back to the BBC. The BBC sent us back up to that area of resistance. It took a few sessions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 sessions to get through the area that took us to the next area. But if we took this and just extended it on across, that adds one more layer to why this area here may be an area that the market has some difficulty getting through, at least on the first move up. Now we've got a Fed announcement coming on Wednesday, so that's gonna have some effect or impact on the market. We certainly don't expect the Fed to raise interest rates. Don't really expect them to lower them. Mortgages are at all-time historic lows, so I don't think there'll be any adjustment to the interest rate policy. However, the accompanying language and the questions that Jerome answers during the press conference following the numbers, that's where all the attention will be, and that's where we may get some kind of a reaction one way or the other. And the Fed meeting could weaken the dollar. I shared an article this morning in the Breeze channel. Could weaken the dollar and strengthen the case for gold. Let's get all this extraneous stuff out of here. Some of it anyway. All right, let's go to the 30-minute chart of the S&P. The opening candle last night, right here, 6 p.m. Eastern, we opened right at a weekly trading zone, 3211/12. And over the next hour and a half, we dropped to the weekly trading zone below 95.96. So that's about a 15-point move. 15 points down, 15 points back up. We consolidated. Only 3 things happen at a weekly trading zone. The most likely is consolidation. The second most likely is rejection. The third and least likely, but it does happen, we call that the slice. Consolidation looks like this, and like this, like this, like this. Rejection looks like this. When the 30-minute candle closes, the only thing left touching the actual zone is the wick of the candle. Price was rejected. Down here we can see price was rejected. So the most likely thing, consolidation. Second most likely, rejection. Third and least likely, the slice, but it happens. This candle sliced on this approach, not on this approach, this approach, this approach, or this approach, or this approach. Price finally sliced through, and that's not a typical slice. A typical slice is when there hasn't been all of this. Price just approaches a zone and then surprisingly punches through it. At some point here, you have to expect that price is either going to take out this zone or this zone below, because we don't want to go sideways forever, and the market doesn't do that. So we sliced, and when a slice runs out of momentum, it will retrace back to the zone it sliced through, continue in the direction of the slice. And that's what happened. Hit a leg, a retracement, a leg, a retracement, a leg and a retracement, a leg, a retracement, and then a leg right up to this zone at 25/26. That has been good resistance for the session. That sent us back down to the zone at 3211/12, where we caught another bounce. Now look at how many times this thing traveled. between zones. Go from the zone, down to the zone, back up, back down, back up, back down, back up, back down, back up again. Leg and a retracement, a leg and a retracement. And that's how the zones have performed since the first time we publicly published them back December 14th of 2009. Price is always looking for a zone, either the zone overhead or the zone below. And based on where it's trading in relation to the BBC, if it's above the BBC, that's the green line, bull, bear, cross, bearish below it, bullish above it. Price is above the BBC, it's trying to get to the zone overhead. And if price is below it, it's trying to get to the zone below. And we see that play out over and over, again and again, day after day, week after week, across the S&P, the Dow, the Russell, the NQ, gold, crude, all the markets that we do weekly zones for. Okay, last night's alert, Concierge Trade Alert for the S&P. Consider being short 31.89. We never got there. Here's 31.89 right here. Or consider being long 32.16, which price found multiple times. Important prices, important areas are almost always tested. By 32.16. Okay, so the first move off 32.16, we made it up to 32.19 and a quarter. It's a 3-point move. Back below the trigger. This time we don't quite make it to the zone. 32.16, we make it up to 32.23, so that's a 7-point move at $50 a point, $400 per contract traded. Price gets back below the trigger. Off it goes again. Now, this is a different scenario than this one. Here, you've got blue and climbing, that support's going along. Over here, at the trigger, you're running right into red and falling. That does not support going along. Here, as price starts to take out these highs, that opens opportunity. Then price pulls back to the BBC. Actually, it gets what looks like a couple of ticks maybe below the trigger. Sends us back up from 32.16 to 32.23 and a quarter. 7 points. Back below the trigger. This time it runs us up 10 plus points. $50 a point, $500 per contract traded. And then one more time. From 32.16 so far we've made it to 32.23 and a quarter. Boy, that number's been quite popular. Now, on these triggers, you had the perfect backdrop, blue and climbing. On this trigger, you know, at the time of the trigger, you still had blue and climbing. It changed as we rolled into this candle. So this is the second candle with red and falling, but that trigger was already underway. So I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 good triggers off the 32.16. But price has been captured between these two zones since about 8 p.m. Eastern last night. This was the market open. Initially, we headed down, found support at the weekly trading zone, got back above the BBC, back above the weekly trading zone, and we've made 1, 2, this is our third run zone to zone. Let's look at the Dow. The Dow painted a little bit of a different picture. On the Dow, 26465 was the long side. Two, 6, 4, 6, 5. All right, so from 465, we made it up to 499. It's about a 30-point move, $5 a point, $150 per contract traded. And then here we go again. We're above the BBC. We're above blue and climbing, red and sideways. This one took us up to, so that's about a 60-point move, $5 a point, $300 per contract traded. The short side for the Dow was 265. Last night's opening candle was right here, and so 265 is right there, and the swing low was 32. It's about a 30-point move to the downside, and that's the only short trigger on the Dow. So let's go to the Russell. Last night's alert for the Russell was to be long 1476. We barely poked our head above it. As hard as this market has tried across the S&P, the Dow, the Russell to move higher, I think the Russell really illustrates quite well the condition of the market. We saw it in a bigger picture in that price was trapped between those two sets of weekly trading zones on the S&P. The Russell kind of makes the case. The short side for the Russell, 1459. Right there, the swing low, 58.90, one tick over the line, sideways. When, if you're trading the Russell right now, if you're a Russell trader, what you see right here, with price above the VVC and below, then above and below, and above and below, not good trading. You need to see this, not this. This is the time to take the day off, or take a very long walk, or make a very, very big sandwich. Let's look at the NQ. Okay. Long side for the NQ was 105.70. And the initial move took us up 16 points, $20 a point. That's $320 per contract traded. This was the one big move so far. On the NQ, it took us from 570 up to 629. It's $1,000 per contract move. And on this trigger, you got red and falling overhead, so probably best to leave that one alone. And on the short side, 104.10, and swing low was 104.01, 9 points, $20 a point, $180 per contract traded. Crude got hit hard right off the open. prior to the opening. Here's the opening candle on Wall Street. This is the 30 minutes preceding. The core durable goods news today was much worse than expected. So the alert for crude was to be short 40.95. So from 40.95. We dropped to the zone at 40.70. So 25-point move, $10 a point, $250 per contract traded to the zone, but as you can see, we traded below it. We traded as low as 40.51. A $1 move in crude. This is not a $1 move. This is 50, 40. This whole thing is about a $400 move. But when the price of crude goes from $41 to $42, that's worth $1,000 per contract traded. When silver moves $1, that's $5,000 per contract trade. Last night's alert for silver was to be long 23.78. That was the concierge alert. We had a logic alert to be long 23.35 with a final target at 24. Now I'll show you what that works out to be. I got it right here. This is the logic alert on silver. Oh, that one's gold. This one's silver. It's $3,200 from the entry, that's per contract, from the entry to the final resistance, but it kept going. This is what you're looking at here from 24 to 20 to from 24 to 24.80. That's an 80-cent move, just shy of 5 grand. On gold, last night's alert, here's a logic alert, 1912, with the final target 1940, and swing high was 41.9. So that's $2,800 per contract traded, based off of the logic alert number 4609. The concierge trade alert for gold. The long side was 1906. 1906. Guess that doesn't need a decimal point. What is that? Now, where is gold headed? See if we can come up with an idea. In fact, let's do this. It's a 5-minute chart. Let's make this a daily chart. All right, this is a daily chart of gold. These are all-time. It's an all-time historic high right there. Someday people will ask you, where were you when gold hit 2,000? I'm sure you remember. So the shallowest possible Fibonacci retracement from here would be a pullback to the BBC around 1827. Now, in this context on a daily chart, that is the shallowest possible Fibonacci retracement. And we know that price always reverts to the mean. So if price has found a temporary ceiling right here, if it drops from 1942 to 1827, everybody will be throwing in the towel. Oh yeah, big rally in gold, missed it. Because that'll put it down, what, 120 bucks? From 1942 to 1827. So as everybody's throwing in the towel and selling their gold, well, somebody has to be on the other side of the transaction to buy it. So if price does pull back to the BBC at this point over the next few days, this will probably represent a very, very good buying opportunity. If it were to drop even further, that's still a shallow retracement. Imagine if it came all the way back to 1,500. I'm sorry, 1,700, the 50% Fibonacci retracement. We could still be extremely bullish about the case for gold because markets retrace 50% all the time. All the time. So remember, gold comes off, and that's how markets work. Leg, retrace, leg, retrace, leg, retrace. And we went sideways here for April through June. And these are daily candles. And the bulk of this move has happened over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. All right. 30-minute. Potential support here at 1926. Our highest weekly, well, this 1940, that was our second highest weekly zone this week for gold. The highest weekly zone is up at 64, 65. Okay, and so there we go. We're off to another big week. Big week. Good word for the day. John's still under the weather. Keep him in your prayers. He's taking some antibiotics, but he just hasn't been able to kick this bug. This bug, you know. All right, integrity. They say integrity is what you do when nobody's looking. Proverbs 11:3 says, "The integrity of the upright will guide them, but the perversity of the unfaithful will destroy them." After leading the tribes of Israel for several decades, the prophet Samuel did not get a retirement party and a gold watch. He got something much better. It was this commendation. 1 Samuel 12:4. "You have not cheated or oppressed us. He led the people, instructed them, and blessed them. but not one time did he take advantage of them. Oh, if we could only say that for our politicians today, right? It's really refreshing, how remarkable, particularly in today's world of business and politics. C.S. Lewis said, education without values, as useful as it is, seems rather to make a man a more clever devil. So before you set your goals, determine your values. Values are like guardrails on the highway. They keep you from veering off the road and going over the edge. They determine how far you'll go on questionable issues. Knowing what matters and what you truly value is the key to living a life of meaning and purpose. For most of us, the problem isn't having values, the problem is living them out. We all value honesty, integrity, and forgiveness. But when we're pressed, do we really live them out? Especially when it costs us. Pursuing a life of values comes with a price. But what we get in exchange is the ability to hold our head high during the day and to sleep well at night. And perhaps just as important, it allows us to relax and be ourselves. The mental toll of cheating, lying, and stealing is draining. Trying to remember the lie you told someone last week so that today's lie will match up can literally wear you out, turn you inside out. But when you live a life of integrity, you don't have to worry about such things. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here because I know that no one here in this audience has any issues with integrity. But chances are somebody that's in your life perhaps does. Certainly not for me to judge or for even you to judge. That's God's business. But understanding the emotional and spiritual state that a person is in when they're caught in the act of loose integrity. Instead of being a harsh judge, instead of being a critic, instead of being a gossip, our role as believers is to reach out, counsel if counsel is asked for, but to show love and to help that brother or sister find a path of restoration, a way to make things right, a way to make things whole. The integrity of the upright will guide them. Proverbs 11:3. And that's our good word for the day. Again, keep John in your prayers. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whoever you are, wherever you are, may God continue to richly bless you with His mercy and with His grace. And I'll see you at the bell.
Remember this, there is no greater return on investment than to see a human life changed and given hope. As always, pray hard and trade safe. Any financial information discussed on this show is simply the opinion of our host, Dwayne Reeves, his co-hosts, and guests. To learn more about trading Emini Futures or to take a 1-week free trial in our live trading room, call 1-866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Information discussed on this radio program should not be construed as a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a licensed securities broker or financial planner before making any investment decision.